big boom. The big boom, boom, boom. What up, T-Law? What up, Frosty? What up, Simpson? What up, Lita? True Zen suspects. The real Zen suspects here every single day. Never missing a beat. Y'all stay Zen. Y'all know what that means. Y'all know what it means to stay Zen, man. That's what it's all about. Oh, we got Earn It in the house too. He be earning it. He be earning. What's up? Man, we know who the legends are in this community, man. You know what I mean? Real legends in the Zen world, they're not gonna need no accolades, no certificates. You know what I'm saying? They just gonna tell people, yeah, man, I went to the moon. I was up there. It was nice. The view was nice. It was all that they said it was cracked up to be. But that ain't the game, bro. That ain't the end game, okay? The end game isn't everybody just chilling in a penthouse, cheers and glasses. All right. There's some real deal Holyfield expression. All right. We recreating the Bitcoin. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy Krypto, bruh, aka More World Peace to DJ / producer, coming back again with another one. I would say it like that because, yeah, if you don't know, it's your first time watching, right? I got the loyal homies. Big ups to all of you guys, the wrenches out there. And if you're on X, yo, tune in on YouTube. Click the link on my feed. Come over to YouTube. YouTube is where the Lord lives. If you want to be in the real Zen lore, not Lord. I mean, if you want to be a Zen Lord, then you probably want to be over here. But if you want to be in the lore, definitely want to be in the YouTube chat right now. A lot of great minds over there. Ask great questions. But yeah, hit the like, hit the heart. You know what I'm saying? Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, follow, whatever you need to do on the socials so you can get the bangers. But yeah, man, shout outs to all of the people that have stayed around this long. You're killing it. You're killing it, baby. And yeah, like, let's look at the OG real fast. Look at the OG. Became a grandpa real quick. Ethereum Zen. Because right now it's going through a crisis. The Zen world is going through a crisis. People don't know if they can stay around. Can I hang on for like I'm hanging on for dear life, Jack, right? It's like everybody's fucking concept or whatever. But Ethereum ETH Zen is definitely increasing in supply. Supply has been going up because there's no burners and everyone's just holding and grabbing their Zen coins. And as the supply grows, so does the market cap. But that's why, like, when you look at Zen, it's super special because when you look at the price, it's like, oh wow, like it's back here at 5.7, right? And it's kind of correlating with its value. So I usually look at Zen in market cap, right? So, you know, switch price, USD price, and market cap, right? And this is actually a really good tab to learn about in crypto. Because if this is how you can start setting like limit ranges and things like that. If you want to start playing like, you know, this game, which is, you know, Uniswap game. We'll talk more about that in a second. But yeah, so how you look at the chart, again, I'm not a trader, guys. This is your boy Krypto, bro. I look at cryptocurrencies as gas coins. Because that's what we're here to do. We're here to use the network. You need the coin to use the network. That is the popular take. All the other takes are fucking stupid. Okay? Everybody else's take on the simplicity of crypto is straight garbage. The Satoshi Vision shit is pretty funny. Man, I think I just found the if you don't know who this guy is, I've been watching his videos for like 2 days now. Leslie Lamport. Yeah, I mean, you might as well just get hit because X1 is going to be a fork of Solana, and Solana's fractions of gas is called Lamports. So like when you're looking at Solana, and again, we're moving to Solana, guys. Fuck Ethereum. That shit is straight up in an identity crisis as well. No offense to the ETH. It just be what it is. Time be ticking. Time be ticking, y'all. And nobody can stop it. No one can stop time from clicking and ticking and all that other stuff. And that's the beauty of immutable systems. No one can stop this system. So we're moving to Solana. It's probably going to be smart to understand how their fees work if you want an advantage on X1 chain, right? Got a lot of crybabies right now in the Zen world. Imagine everybody that moves to X1 and then they're crying because they never learned the fucking chain. Like, yeah, duh. Like, so I'm expecting a bunch of crybabies over there too. Oh, I didn't know it worked like that. So like here in the Solana world, it's zero. It's 5 zeros and a 5. That's the minimum base fee, right? When we look at it like this in Solana, 5 zeros and a 5 is hard because it's like a fucking decimal. So this in Solana terms is Lamports. It's 5,000 Lamports. And they named the Lamport after Leslie Lamport, who's an amazing computer whiz. Honestly, he's cited in a ton of different papers. And right now I'm watching this video. This is a really educational video. It's kind of breaking down his theories of how he got to where he got to. So, you know, he has a whole theory on Byzantine. Same shit as, I mean, it's pretty crazy. You would swear this motherfucker is Satoshi. But again, Satoshi's a mindset. The guy who was really Satoshi was most likely an economist, right? They learned how to make Bitcoin accessible or make it like a product versus like what this guy is doing, which is building Matrix with English, which is cool too. But yeah, you know, reach into the history bag because people are very dense nowadays. You could tell from this guy's monologues, like he's seen a lot and he's been around. He's like 84 years old right now. But Solana named their gas after this guy, Leslie Lamport. So you should go do some research. Bitch, we still doing research in this bitch. And that's why I'm like, man, people don't understand Zen. Still. So that means this pump again was just another fucking pump. So these pumps will keep happening, and the more people that become aware, the less likely, or more, maybe the price becomes more stable. But something has to give in order for everyone to take, and that's what Zen hasn't done yet. And you know, there's a lot of things on the table here that maybe need to play out so that in a natural sense we can successfully say maybe it's time, right? With no X1 chain here, and there's more people here now, right? If you've been following Zen since it came out, since its inception, I'm not sure what day we're on. Shout out ZenPub. We're on 2 years. Yeah, it's been around for 2 years, 224 days. Crazy. Yes, sir. What up, though? Watch out. If you piss me off, all the hater hate on Zen, I'm unlocked. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Oh, shit. Watch out. XVal update recently showing credits per validation really shows how far or how fair it is regardless of the stake, but it depends on how efficient your val is running. What's up, Frosty? Yeah, dude, I just saw that they did that too. That's why X1 is like ready, almost ready for the world. I think we need to educate the community a little bit more about what is going to happen, and people need to get over their separation anxiety. And that's hard to do. Like, I've already done it in Zen many moons ago where I had to separate what I thought was going to happen with the reality. And that's actually beautiful because that's the immutable side of Zen. It's gonna work in your favor, but not on your terms. And it should be that way. That means it's gonna, at some point down the line, there will be enough individuals that understand it, enough people that get the grasp, and it will just blossom. That's kind of the hardest thing to do in crypto is really to make a coin so blueprintable, or like so much of the blueprint, so much of the architecture that like it falls into the background. There's not many coins like that. Again, we're in a layer 1 battle. So the coin, the artistic coin that you put on the wall, oh my God, look at it, it's so beautiful. Bitch, those don't exist anymore. Okay, everything is about the grift. It's about getting you on chain so you give whatever you're gonna give, right? It's just the way it is. Life is about data extraction. So we are fools to think that that doesn't exist in crypto, and that crypto won't be one of the most interesting areas to extract data, right? I'm sure right now people are having a ball. There's so much free data out there in the crypto space, and I'm trying to inspire some of my dev friends in Web 2 and machine dev, or like, you know, machinery, like they building programs for machinery. Like crypto really could use those brains, but they're not incentivized yet. It's like, man, y'all are really gonna fall into the fucking white paper, you fucking devs. Like, you could build the world, but you're gonna wait for the money because that's just the way the game works, right? And that's what's wrong with the lower half of the space right now. The developer really does not exist. Yeah, crypto is just not where the devs live, right? You're not gonna find a Leslie Lamport in development of crypto. This guy was creating distribution systems for computers from the motherboard and beyond, bitch. Like, from the motherboard, nigga. Not no fucking internet. You feel me? Like, shit is crazy. Gates. If you don't know about like processors and gates, you don't know anything about computers, and you should know about those things, because that's where we're headed in crypto. Like, crypto is headed to the motherboard, right? If we're gonna get to that state, it's it's inevitable. The privacy sector in crypto will always be the biggest sector, right? Common, we're in the middle of what the fuck? I forgot the name of it already because I don't really say it too often. But we're in a dilemma. It's like a common goods dilemma. Dude, why am I forgetting this? Fuck. I'll get back to you. But yeah, you're what up, Rolando? What up? Check Zen Pub's latest X post. We got to check it out. But yeah, see, in Zen world, I feel like we have these minds, these human beings that are like that are hyper focused on the success of crypto, because crypto has a special place in technology that users need to have in their every second. It is the trustless kind of organic nature of human existence. And that's a really broad way to think about it, but like when you really think about it, like the human being makes the crypto real. Like, that shit is not real, dude. This whole thing is fake as hell. But some human being made this explore page. Some human being made a transaction, right? And now this is human or something. I don't fucking know. And I'm still trying to figure that part out too. But my point is how you crypto is going to be very important to how you plan 10 years, right? If you're cryptoing in a 10-year notion on top of layer ones, like how you pick the layer one is going to be mega important, because you don't want to miss, you know, the buck wild upside, right? But at the same time, you might have some ethical experiences. Maybe you are coming in from the channel of Bitcoin and you understand that this stuff is kind of real. And moving with integrity means that you can get information before the masses, because you're moving with the crowd or the industry in which that understands the overall picture, right? Like, if I want to be the fucking Pope, I can't be it. Like, I'm not a cardinal. I'm not a father. I'm not even, I don't work for the church. Like, how the hell do I, think I'm going to get brute force myself into that club, right? That's kind of how I think of the Bitcoin club, the Ethereum club. And again, those are really good ideas until just recently, a few years ago, with a more, I think, simplistic approach to what is the framework that where are we in crypto or in this sector of technology. Like, we know what a iPhone is, or a cell phone, or a laptop, or a fucking scanner, a camera, a lamp. Like, we know what those objects are, but what is crypto? What is blockchain? Like, that is still a very big topic in the middle of a whiteboard. And I mean, you can see it here on the market caps, guys. Like, I keep pointing this shit out. The market caps tell us that this is why everybody is still in Bitcoin. It has the most leverage, right? The most mind share. And it's just because it's the most simple, actually. There's no governance to Bitcoin, right? The governance is, do you have electricity? The 10,000X was, did you get the information in 2013 and happen to have a few GPUs laying around, right? So it's not hard to know how Bitcoin got here, how the market cap got here. What I think is the most important thing in this analyzation is, why hasn't it moved? Like, why is Bitcoin market cap 2 trillion and Ethereum's is 300 billion, right? What about Ethereum and below is not getting like the brand recognition, right? That's what a market cap is, bro. It's basically brand recognition. It's like Zen makes no sense because the brand recognition is off. Like, damn, $10 million market cap. Like, even on Zen. Zen is experiencing a dumper who's dumped everything, but we'll see if they have another wallet to give it a go. Looks like the bots are showing up. Damn, people are coming to pick it up. Damn, coming to pick it up. It was a good discount, though. It's a really good discount. But yeah, somebody came in on Zen today. This wallet here dumped all of their bag, walked away, zeros on the board. I don't know how much they spent. Definitely looks like way more than what they took out. Yeah, because they're a top buy-in. But this is what I mean. People don't treat Zen with integrity because it's like, it's so far off the spectrum that the crowd here is very tiny. And the people with the product, essentially, we're trying to fish the product out of their hands now. More and more people are waking up. So the fishing is just getting harder and harder to do. But it happens from time to time. Like right here, I'm like, oh, this is sick. Hopefully this person is on a rampage and they're like, oh, I'm going to go and get the fuck out. Because it's happening everywhere. The other thing about Zen World is it's so small that if one wallet is moving out, it's like all of the, it's like in synchronization of everything that is lit, like Zen, Polygon, Base, Pulse Chain, and then regular ETH. It's like, oh, okay, maybe there's somebody exiting the world, and this is how Zen World is still too small. Like, it's too small to be thinking outside the box. Like, if it's and these should help you understand, like, the window is closing, because more like right now, like, if you're not realizing how small it is, and then now you're like, damn, I guess it is kind of a small everything, like $10 million market caps. Like, we're not talking $300 billion market cap yet. We're like not there yet. Like, that's coming up. Like when X1 comes out, it still has to rally up to that. But that's what this is all about, right? This is all about rallying up to whatever the drop is, because the drop is going to be ginormous, right? Like no one's going to be able to replace this drop that you're about to see, bro. Like, where's my, oh, I don't have it up here. That's why I'm like, where is this shit at? The drop you're about to receive. Only 6K ETH address burns in. That's tiny when you think about how many XNT holders there will be off the bat. Yeah. See, that's what I mean. Yeah, like, it's super tiny at how much, like how many people are actually here. Because everyone's eye is on other things. Like they're really looking at Solana, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. And this is where the mind share is. So this is again why XEN and Zen is kind of like it's like sneaking in a not a sneaking in, but like it's really gonna slingshot itself in, and a lot of people are gonna probably instantly be like, of course, right? Like, of course it's slingshot. That's normal, right? But it's like, no, it is not. You don't just slingshot yourself into the top 10 cryptos, bro. I want to see you release a cryptocurrency and try to get it into the top 10. Like there's founders who have gotten as close to the top 10 but never got in it. That's why, again, Solana low-key inspo. How the hell did they get here? Everyone in crypto should be asking them that fucking question, but nobody asks it because no one's here from the blockchain. Everyone is a tourist in crypto, except a few groups that happen to be throwing experiments around there, right? Fucking shit up while the rest of the group is chanting XRP, you know, BNB, AADA, and all that other shit, right? I think you can. That's why this is where I'm at with it too. Like I think if a cryptocurrency is chanting more than it's working, that's the proof for a blockchain worker. And then if you're working harder than the chain, right? In Zen, there is no chain. So this is the mindfuck that you've been working so hard. Like what the fuck have you been doing? Pressing buttons? Like, you know, you see what Tree City West been building? Right? I'm streaming like every day. Like, I'm not trying to say my work is more than someone else's, but I'm just saying, like, there's not many people in Zen who are passionate about why we are here today. And there's a lot more people with a vision of the space rather than, again, like Satoshi's vision. I was talking about this on one of Simple Spaces, because Satoshi's vision is Satoshi, but until you vision it, until you see it, until you live it, you really don't know what it is. You're just kind of like what the fuck is the word? Regurgitating, you know, the phrase. It's not even a phrase really. It's a vision. Like it's almost like a principle, fundamental you can build into everything that you do. And that would also just tell you like, okay, maybe this is like a rebrand of many different fundamental things to start something. You feel what I'm saying? Like we don't really know how they start things because it's beyond me, bro. I'm from the 90s. I was born in 1991. I'm at the end of the analog spectrum and at the very beginning of the digital spectrum. So I find it very interesting as well that they pushed to market product before they pushed the hardware. So we had all these futuristic ideas and very bad UX. It's always been that way. Just recently, maybe in the last 10 years, did hardware and software kind of get into like okay, we can say this is what's happening, and now we can see the the companies that have been working really, really hard on the hardware approach versus the companies that have just been stuck on software. And you can only go so far with software because code can only take you so far. Right. And that's why, yo, this dude, yo, GOAT, asynchronous motherfucker. And that's kind of why I'm like, oh, I wonder how many people were really thinking asynchronous in the 90s. And it'd be so easy to make Bitcoin in the early 2000s and have a group of people. Like if you could just get a group of people to be like, yo, we're going to take this asynchronous node concept where I like his analogy. So like what the scientist Lamport said was an asynchronous set of nodes such as cash registers. Because if it's all cash registers, they can all just talk together. They all run at the same parts. And back in the day, like that was what the human mind went to. Like, oh, like we only need things to talk together that look alike, right? Like it wasn't about like talking across the world. It's just talking domestically or local. So he was also one of those people who was really thinking about like, well, if we did try to like get outside of this asynchronous node structure, what would that feel like or be like? And that's kind of like what they're talking about in that little thing here. I'm going to post it in the chat. If you want to watch it, you can go out there and get some nerd in you. Nerd it up. Yeah, he has like one clip in here that was like super goated. I think it's like right here.
Understanding of special relativity. In particular, the four-dimensional space-time view of special relativity that was.
Oh yeah, see, it starts going in four different. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, I see his structure. He's a sick ass dude. But that's what I mean. There's not too many people left trying to figure out how do we merge hardware and software. And in crypto, we actually have a very important role in this conversation, because in crypto, finality is everything. And that's where the attention is. We can see it from the way the blockchains are working. And it comes down to payments. Because payments are like that's every second. Someone on this earth right now is probably making a payment. I don't know where, but it's every second, every millisecond, there's a payment happening. And that's just the way world works. World transacts, and in blockchain, this is kind of our role. Like, this is our role in technology. It's not to send a monkey to the fucking moon, bro. It is to understand the user experience between transactions, right? And transactions is artistic because it could be anything, bro. It could just be a receiving side of it. It doesn't, a gift. Like, it doesn't need to be a purchase. And that's what makes blockchain special, right? It's like, oh, we can see these different types of transactions. Look at these blocks. We can build them with all these transactions and blah, 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 right? But at the core of fucking crypto, the whole reason we're here is because of a group of people who are like, hey, maybe we can make the transaction process. And then they created Bitcoin, bro. They just were like, spawn, take all this stuff, Byzantine concept, the timestamp, it's all, what I'm saying? The taking asynchronous concept of registers, and instead of the registers being in one grocery store, you make a bunch of grocery store nodes and you just connect them together. It's so fucking dumb now. But yeah, like that's what people are holding on to at $105,000. Bro, they're holding on to this like 1950s moon mission story. I don't know. I think it's going to be all right. But I'm looking at the speed of light, looking at that Buzz Lightyear, you know what I'm saying? And that's where Solana comes in. And it goes back to what I'm talking about and what we're building in X1, right? What Zen is a derivative of, what nobody understands, what everybody is complaining about, what everybody wants is hilarious. But yeah, they posted some screenshots. I gotta find the other one. There's another really cool one. But yeah, so this is like the UX for instantaneous payments using X1. And this is kind of why I wanted to frame this way. Like, you need to stay zen and understand the big picture here. All right. This is the rocket math. All right. It's not creating value for people to buy. It's creating a cluster for everyone to use. And then, you know, again, as I'm saying, some people are going to get rich in Zen and they're going to disappear. Others are going to continue the mission because it doesn't stop here. Right. These blocks have life, and there's different types of transactions, which means there's different types of edge nodes. So, you know, the infinite goes on. But the beauty here is the concentration on one specific topic that everybody is talking about, which is finality in technology, because we don't really have it, and it's never really existed until a couple years ago. Now you can see it, right? Now you can see TPS. It's so fucking hilarious. I used to not care about TPS either. I used to be like an Ethereum bro. 15 seconds was fine. What in the hell is wrong with me? You know, I used to be a Bitcoin bro. I used to think 10 minutes was fine, bro. I'm gonna keep hitting that shit in the head like a piñata, because like that's how dumb it is, bro. It's like 10-minute blocks for real. Look at this shit. Ultra low latency, sub 5 millisecond pre-confirmation seeds, homie. Throwing darts at the speed, at sub speed lights. Using code, because we have our own set of cash registers all around the world. Have you seen them? Tell me, have you seen them? See, it's getting, man, you gotta learn how to talk about X1, bro. X1's gonna be sick as fuck. It's gonna be butter. Tell me, have you seen them? Oh, so here we go. So, yeah, what Frosty was talking about up there was these credits. So now you can see your credits, and you'll notice essentially this is the leaderboard now, you know, and there used to be some farmers up here. Let's see. I mean, they might have disappeared. Oh yeah, here's one farmer. No, I'm just kidding. But you see Jack's resin has fallen, and it has a 2% of the stake. 2%. But it sucks for some reason at like confirming it. Like has many skips. So instead of it being up at the top, racking up a lot of blocks or slots, it's further down the chart, because again, performance is what's key. That's what's going to give you a good credit score. How well is your node performing when it comes to getting that block? And that's just adding to the fairness. And fairness, you know, life isn't fair, whatever. Right? I've heard it many times. But what we can get close to is capacity. We can get as close to fair as possible. And I think, again, work is a sense of fairness in this reality. Someone puts 20 beans on the scale more than you. I'm sorry, sir. They put 20 more beans than your ass. And that's just a reality, I guess, or the consequence, or, you know, there's a lot of different mental models of how to accept failure. I don't fucking know. But yeah, work is what gets you there. So I'm down for anything that shows work. And every piece of Zen, we have that. Another piece of Zen that's pretty concentrated that I still don't understand where it came from. It has to be some sort of legend thing in technology, but the self-agent difficulty is fucking crazy. Because now, again, like, that's another form of maximum capacity, because you're your worst enemy. You're going to think of an idea, and then that idea is automatically going to backfire on you, because you're going to think of how it's going to fucking end. So you're your worst enemy instantly. Then when you discover a new idea, you'll get to, once you discover it, you become your worst enemy, because you're like, oh shit, I can add to this way. And then nah, you know, then you got to play the game better, you know, whatever you want to call it. Like, I'm kind of doing that right now. I closed all of my ranges in P.o.P Zen. And then I was waiting for someone to dump because I was like, yeah, when someone dumps, I'll jump back in and I'll put a one side ETH pool, and then I'll buy it back on the ETH pool and get the fees. And then somebody dumped today, and now I'm rocking. So this is working. I'm like sick. And I set up a range for the down. So now too, like, see, I'm starting to get, I'm like, okay, OPZen is a fun token. You can have it on both sides because the inflation keeps it under control. You just need to wait for people to shake. And you can, but at that moment you have to make a move because this is crypto, bitch. And there's no signal for it. You got to do it on your own. Till there's robots for this part, you're going to have to do this part. And this is why I'm okay with sharing it. Because I know most of y'all motherfuckers can't move this fast. As soon as I saw OPZen dump, I was like, oh, I don't know. I didn't have a signal. I just happened to be checking it. I like check the price every so often. Because again, I'm looking for good discounts. So when I had seen this happen, I was like, oh, okay. Let me just look left and just see, like, you know, if there's any suspectal, like if there's any, like, I need to keep value. Because on the you'll see here on the 4 hour, somebody totally sold out. And this is what we want. Like, we actually want people to oversell and exit, because this one, it no longer inflates. So we actually have a good product on Optimism. This is a really good Zen token that no one can take from us. Shout out to Jack Levin for doing the 1 amp, because now we're here, and some people, they're gonna win while others develop the next leg. That's just how it goes. You know, you want to be at this part of the leg, but I tweeted this yesterday. You know, not everybody gets to be at this part of the leg, right? You can keep wishing for that, but more than likely it's going to turn around once you start seeing this happen, right? Profit takers will take profit, but that's only $2,000 or something, or what is it? At max, like $6,000, 2 ETH, like 2 ETH, like, all right, bro. Like, you hella oversold the chart. Like, you're kind of dumb on that one, but we get it. Discounts again. You see the buys are flowing in, and it's restabilizing already. And I think again, this is good for OPZen because now you kind of want to be in the liquidity pool. Like, you really want to understand how liquidity pools work. And I can't explain it to you because you got to fucking understand it. Like, if you don't understand liquidity pools, like, I don't fucking know, dude. Ask GPT. Yeah. GPT, what should I do? But, yeah, I look at them now. There's like 2 different ways to do it. Here, I'll show you mine real quick, or my ideas, because my ideas are live. They're fucking live. Oh my god! Click. What up, Simple? Clout on AVAX. Utilizing hardware to optimize software. Bro, X1's gonna be so crazy once they start to really tell people how to do it. I mean, Jack Levin built Google. Like, that's the part where I'm like, man, people are fucking dumb. Like, did I not understand how hard it was to build Google? Like, the hardest part though was capital. And he really got to see that in the 90s when that shit was physical, bitch. When, like, somebody had to write a check. You had to wait for the check to drop and shit. Clear. Classic world. World ain't like that no more. Motherfucker. Again, instant payments. But yeah, the hardware to software aspect of Google was so behind the scenes. Most people don't even really understand that is what built Google. If Google couldn't get to you, you couldn't get Google. And that was the biggest problem they had to continuously solve until it was streamlined. Right. And that's what Jack built. Like, Jack built it to streamline, where it was like, okay, cool, this shit is good. All right, we're all good. High five, team. All right, let's all go our separate ways. And I think that's why he kept we mine Bitcoin in the Google server farms because they had extra stuff. So that's also like a really big takeaway that people don't understand. Like they had so much Bitcoin because they had the actual farms. They were the real whales, and they were, I guess they were the good guys. I mean, maybe they are the bad guys, you know. Still good guy entire, but they're the bad. I don't fucking know. But yeah, hardware, software needs to collaborate. Crypto does not have it right now. A lot of false advertisement when it comes to actual software, which is so Web 2. So Web 2. There's nothing more Web 2 than indexing. Like, bitch, what? Like, I mean, whatever, but it makes sense. Right? As long as the counterparty doesn't comprehend it, there is no issue. When they see downtime, they'll know there's downtime. As long as they don't see any downtime, they will never know that there was fucking downtime. And in crypto, that makes no sense. That's the whole reason you're here, bro. Is for sovereign ownership. Like, you're gonna receive downtime. Like, I mean, on Solana, what the fuck ever, you know? Or I don't know how to explain it, but like on Solana, it's not like real downtime. It's just the network is inaccessible, which I guess is like downtime. But what I'm trying to understand is, or what I'm trying to rally behind is, the network isn't late. Like the network goes down. It doesn't become late. It doesn't stack up, which that makes no sense in crypto. Like, how are you going to stack up transactions? Like, these are supposed to be real world events. And now, like, if you don't unhalt, the index is just stacking. And then now you have to go and re-index everything that's stacked up. I mean, Base has never suffered this. Layer 2 has never suffered this yet. But I mean, it's like one of those things that we all have to question, like, what the fuck, you know? And yeah, that's kind of why Solana has the game cornered, and everybody's moving into that era, into this compute-based blockchain, because that's why we're here. We are here to usher in payments. All that other shit is for fun. And if we can do it on the chain with the right leaders, so be it. Playground Central, right? But if there is no right leaders, time will give us leaders. You know, time will give us expression. But we need good playgrounds for people to test these things. And that's what I think Solana has shown us with the whole Trump coin and all the celebrities showing up. It's kind of showing like a real world playground. Real world. We want to get to the customer as fast as possible with zero latency, because we don't have time for fucking backed up subways. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And working on that, going backwards, what? You're tripping. We're going forwards. That's what you've joined in Zen. If you want to go backwards, like, so be it. Like, sell out of Zen, go back into ETH or whatever, because this whole project is moving very fast, very forward. And that's why, yeah, talking about like strategy on liquidity pools, like, it's super simple, because you do either side, right? And there's different versions. So like, if you haven't been here, when Uniswap came out, you could put in one side of coins and someone could buy it. So it was like, version 1 was literally just like, I have Zen coins and you have Ethereum. I'm going to leave my Zen coins in a smart contract. And when you buy Zen coins, they come out of the smart contract and they give me the ETH. And the smart contract uses math to do everything, right? Then you had V2 come out where you can get rewards, because then they had the rewards programmed into the bot or whatever, so you couldn't like see them. And you still can't see them on V2. But V2 came out and essentially it just made it so it was easier to organize it. So you got like a LP token on top of supply and liquidity. So then you could use the LP token for other things, right? You had like a representation of your value. And then came V3, where you could see the rewards, right? Where you could see your fees. That came from V3's like concept of V2. You can't see the fees. So you got, you know, the two-sided idea. You can see the fees, and they came out with this way for you to essentially do like one-sided liquidity or single-sided liquidity. Now, not many people use it this way, but you could essentially use single-sided liquidity to do like a limit order, right? So that's what I'm doing here on V3. And that's kind of what I'm trying to get at. Like, there's a lot of ways to use liquidity, but you need to know what the fuck you're even trying to do before you get into this, because it's not that you'll lose everything. There's just strategic ways of using it so that you can get the most out of it, right? Sometimes I'll sit in these things for a long time, like this one. This one here is my CB Zen and X burner, right? I have a pretty nice bag in here, and it's V2. Why are you here, Krypto, bro? Right? Because I believe in X burn, so I don't mind sitting some value over here in the V2 pool, right? I'm in V2 because that's going to see the most price action. That's the one that buybacks and burns from the from people burning on xburn.com. So this is the pool you want to be in because it sees the most price action. And again, I'm in this pool because I believe in X burner. So I'm going to go long because I believe in X burner and CB Zen. Like, I have no reason to be wanting to play hokey pokey. But OP Zen is a little different because I don't have any minting attachment to it, right? I didn't mint OP Zen. I'm coming in as a buyer. I'm seeing an amazing opportunity. And it's as well as like I'm a burner, and that's why I have to be a buyer, because I can mint, and I am a minter. You guys know this. We minting hard over here, but trying to just speak from someone who's not minting, so you're just a buyer. But yeah, so this is the, cheapest you're going to get is when somebody decides to let it go. And looking at OP Zen, again, this is all you're going to really get. So again, all the action is going to happen here, right? You're going to want to be in the liquidity pool. Staking is all right. And I'm doing that too. You see here, I have a nice amount staked. But I like to do rolling stakes because the best compounded interest is daily. Because again, most interest is compounded. So if you can compound daily, you're gonna make way more interest than you would if you do it 2 days or 3 days or whatever days. So again, in Zen staking, we stake compounding, and that's how another way we know that there's not a lot of people here. Right? When we look at the stakes, very, very small amount of stakers happening, especially on Ethereum right now. Like, nobody's on ETH. Nobody gives a fuck about Ethereum, dude. They're literally just waiting for it to go up over there. I think most of the Zenians are on base or they're on OP Zen. And I would say now base is looking really good. A lot of the grift left. There's a lot of it looks like it's stabilizing. That's kind of why I'm saying there was a lot of movement, a lot of trading going on, but a lot of the trading is stopped and it's all moved over to OP. So, I'm bullish on base. I think it's a great playground, great place to be a Zen developer. Oh, it's got a great looking total supply, 888. But yeah, it's supply is ticking up heavy. A lot of people are getting their mints right now, and they're just staking it and holding it. And that's kind of why, again, I think this is going to look a lot better when there's 2x stakers. Like, we need 30 stakers a day on Zen on base. Like, if we can get 30 stakers a day, the economy is growing. But you can see it's taken time to even get to this consistency. Look how like choppy it was, right? Last time it was really consistent. It was 5s, 3s, and 6s. So you can see CB Zen is definitely growing as a community, right? Staking class is much larger now. It's 2x in a year. And I think in the next year to 2 years, it will continue to progress, if not rapidly grow. Because this is a great place to interact with the most fair launch token on base chain, right? So when when we look at XEN, this is ZenPub, by the way. I gotta look at their latest post. So on XEN, you can see the it's not daily. So I mean, like, everyone on base gets it. Compounded interest, you dumb fucks. You can't beat compounded interest. You have to do it every day. You can go and take a masterclass about E equals MC squared, but you're never gonna beat it. It beats you. So you might as well get hip, get a bag, and stake it every day. You need like 4 trillion, and that's why we know the price is at a good spot on CBZen. It's enabling new people to come in and become stakers. You also just lost the 14%. Now it's at 13%. It's been like this for 3 days now. Yep, staking went down. I lost 100 million Zen. 100 million Zen on every mint I have now, or every stake. But yeah, so yeah, with the whole staking thing though, again, I know that nobody's rolling, so nobody's really over there, but the stake doesn't generate as much as the liquidity pool. And that's why, again, like, knowing how to play liquidity is super smart, because you can set yourself up to be pretty much on the giving side of either or, right? And I mean, it takes some math, it takes some, you know, all of us wish it could be easier, but it's really about just finding ranges and understanding them. And that's why, again, knowing how these two things up here work is really important, because you can build ranges right on the chart. What you have to do though is make sure that your presets are price and ETH. So this played out just like how I expected it to. Now this line is a playback here. Whoever just dumped it, that's why I was like, oh, whoever dumped this, they're gonna get it, they're gonna dump it back to wherever it had dumped the last time. Because for it to do what it did here, to find that all-time low, almost, I guess it's almost all-time low. But like, if we're headed back to this zone, that's awesome. I don't know though. I don't honestly know if we are. Now what's so funny though is Ethereum is more expensive, so dumps are less, essentially, because you're like, your XEN is like growing in value, but not like in Ethereum value. It's like all USD, right? If you want it to grow in ETH value, you need to wait for it to go up in ETH price. And that's kind of why this person that dumped, they really lost on this, right? Because they bought XEN when it was higher, and then dumped it when ETH is higher, but got less ETH for the XEN. Because, you know, you would want XEN and ETH to both be up to like really dominate the trade. I don't know why they did that shit. I have no clue. But what they, like I'm saying, what they essentially did though is they just brought it back to where it was before. And that's why I was like, oh, okay. If you find this range, you can open up like essentially a limit order on a certain side. Now what I did though was I did it on the downside. And what I can do now is I can start to fill this with liquidity. So I might end up doing it. We'll have to see what happens here. It's like, I have to wait it out. I have to see this person, if someone else is going to step up to the plate and dump it lower. But yeah, I'm in the range now where I can start putting in OPs in and start making fees and kind of keep my Ethereum principle, right? Because now we're in the flip-flop of the liquidity, right? Now people are going to want to give me OPs in for my Ethereum. Oh no, excuse me. People are going to want to give me ETH for my OPs in. So if you want to have more, or like now is when you want the OPs in inside the pool, because people are going to come and they're going to want that, right? So I have a one side liquidity pool. It's just a little too high because I set the range higher, you know, for it to get up there. So the minimum here is at 25. which we can see here would be right up here. So like if I took like a line here, I just did like 25. Let's say I did that one red. So like if the price gets to this red line and starts to move up, I have a position to sell XEN, because then people will be giving you ETH for your XEN, right? But then I have this pool that I set up with $200 worth of Ethereum, right? You see this one. This one's a little backwards because it's like pricing the ETH because it's ETH. So it's a little bit harder to explain. Let me see if I can flip it. Yeah, it's a little harder to explain because it's priced in ETH. But I'll show you still though. But yeah, this one essentially, the position opens in Ethereum when you go under 1121. So 11 zeros and 21. So that's why the position is open right now. Because if it keeps dumping, I have ETH here for people looking to give their XEN for Ethereum. And that's how I can DCA or set a limit order for the way down. Right. And that's kind of why, yeah, like this line, let me make this line a different color too. Yeah, the red line is when I sell XEN. The green line is when I sell ETH. Right. And that's why I want to have this set up to actually buy if it's going to go back down here. Like if you want to be in the range, if it's going to be down here, because fuck them. If they're going to give you this again, you might as well close your eyes and let them just give you the XEN, because the ETH is higher now. So we got here a lot faster. And if ETH going to keep going up and people are going to keep transforming their XEN into Ethereum before X1 chain, I doubt XEN is going to go up. Right, because it's gonna turn into that. Right, it's gonna turn into that unless people come to buy it, and there's no reason to buy it if there's no X1 chain. So I'm not betting on buyers. I was betting on buyers up here, or when we went like this, but nobody burned for X burn, so that also makes me think there's nobody really on XEN. Just like I said, all the real users are on base chain. Real Zenians, they get it. Zen is the best inflating asset in crypto right now. It's the most fair inflating asset, and again, we like inflation. It invites larger parties, right? If we had a tiny amount of supply, only so many people can discover it. But with a large net to cast, there's way more availability for this to be discovered, and that's kind of where CB Zen is going to shine its hardest. It just hasn't been able to yet because there's no X1 chain, and again, Krypto Bro's voice can only go so far before motherfuckers are like, I can't understand him. Oh, he talking too much. I'm too retarded or some dumb shit, and then I'm just like, damn man, y'all just be giving up. Turn up, turn all the way up, turn all the way up. Yeah, see on XEN, communities only managed to burn 3 trillion XEN. So again, the community is either very small or very broke or very conservative. You know, there's no good in 3 trillion burn. But on the other hand, base chain is still significant in this regard of burn, right? 107 trillion. 107 trillion. Now this is special because again, this is built up burn pressure, and there's still a lot more. People are just kind of, I think again on CB Zen, there's no politics, so it's very free to do whatever it pleases. No one's really providing liquidity, and for me, I think it's mainly this low volume. Right. I don't think CB Zen is going to see volume because it's inflating. People are making their own coins, so they don't need to buy it. There needs to be a demand for it to be bought. And there is no reason to make demand. Even if you attach ETH to a burn like DXN, I still don't think the crowd is big enough right now. That's why XENblocks is blowing in the wind, because the crowd is so tiny that you can't even fork XNM. Like if you try to do some experimental funness with XNM, it's too abstract for everybody because they just want X1. Like they're not trying to become technical. They give no fucks about technology. They're literally poor as shit and they need to get a flip. They need to be first to a flip. And we need these people, actually. We actually need them. They're going to buy behind us. And they're basically the rocket fuel, right? Their confusion is going to fuel the shit out of this rocket. By the time they understand, they're going to start buying it. That's just the funniest part about it. Everyone is going to get to the same conjunction at some point because it's too common knowledge. It's just very complex. You know, it's like a food spot that hasn't gone on TikTok yet, right? It's pre-viral. So, yeah, CBZen is suffering from that, the pre-viralness of it. So if we can get another nice discount to these lows, yeah, I can understand, like, where am I going to get the money to buy these lows, says Joe Schmo. Crypto bro, where am I going to get the money? I don't know, man. We all got to go find some money, man. We got to go make something so we ain't got to work for some money. But currently work seems to be the only way to prove that you've done anything. So maybe it's time to go to work. I had an eventful weekend DJing and doing that thing. That's also, I guess, kind of work for me. I do my best. I brush my teeth. I do my best. I'm just trying to fix this Fibby here and see if there's anything I need to pay attention to. All right. I mean, this is well extended out. Okay, 2029. Jesus. That's too far away. That's too far away. 2029. Damn. But we're looking at the weekly on CBZen. Oh yeah, wrong one. Again, like I look at my charts in market cap. I don't look at the price because it's too hard to price Zen because Zen is fluctuating with the price of Ethereum. And if ETH is upside down like it is, like what is the price of Zen really? Because it's upside down. ETH should be higher, but it's not. And then Zen should be higher, but it's not because ETH is not higher. But now ETH is a little higher, and now Zen has an opportunity to be a little bit, to get a little bit higher, right? And it's almost like it reached up to go up with ETH, but then ETH got smacked, and it's an extraction vehicle, right? Like Zen is an extraction vehicle, so it's getting extracted right now while ETH is hot because there's nobody buying it, or there's no vehicle to burn it faster than it's being made. All right, we haven't gotten there yet. So yeah, in CBZen again, the price is looking pretty stupid because it's not really moving. Like when we look at price, you see like this thing is just in the same channel. It's been here since last year, technically. Technically, technically, you had a chance to get 1, 2, 3, 4 pumps out of CBZen. Every quarter it pumped, it looks like. I'm not paying attention to that. Maybe I'll do it this time around because now we're here. But this is kind of like the close of this this value candle here. So looking at CBZen again, it's almost oversold. I'm not going to sell my bag. I have no intentions to. Maybe somebody else has to pay a bill. So they're going to come in, they're going to send it lower. And then I think that would be like a perfect opportunity for CBZen to start like its next cycle. And it's strong. Like the next cycle in CBZen, I expect it to be super duper strong. Lots and lots of strength. again, I think the strength will be based on the stakers because staking will be boosted. So since staking will be boosted, the strength and price will go up, right? And I think whatever this number is, but I don't know what this means. 52 stakers. I remember when that happened, it's like, did 52 people really just go to the chain at the same time on a weekday? You know, I don't really know. I'm just enjoying how consistent the staking is. Even me, like I just roll my stakes. And that's why I'm not in the liquidity pool, because there's no trading. So maybe if we figured out trading on CBZen, it would attract stakers to unstake and provide liquidity, and then maybe it can make a run. But yeah, if there's no volume for LP, no one's going to want to be there. And that's what XBurner was all about. It was about adding to the LP, creating deeper liquidity. And if you want to learn about those things, that's why I would say, yo, you should join the burn, burnzen.com. Yeah, we're trying to deepen the liquidity. And you got Spark that's getting ready to come out, which is the DeFi protocol for XBurn. So shout out Street City West, man. He's cooking always. What's up, ETH? He's cooking. Zen, the Google of crypto. Hey, you mean X1? It'd be XNT. Like Zen is the Bitcoin, but it can't be. So it's always gonna have an identity crisis. Like that's the saddest thing about Zen. Like it's always gonna come down to this weird identity crisis thing where it's like, oh, but it's on Ethereum. And it's like, damn, my nigga, you right. You fucking right. It's on fucking Ethereum. So it can't be Bitcoin and it can't be Ethereum because it's on Ethereum. But it has this fundamental magic to it, right? It has this fundamental magic where you can take block space and say, hey, I own that. And it rewards you for doing the action. Proof of work via blocks. But yeah, that's not allowed, man. The industry does not like that method. They're like, we cannot make money off of Zen. Don't talk about it. Don't pump it. They can say it's like Bitcoin because it makes them look delusional. Right? But yeah, that's like my whole thing is XNT is going to be the Google. XNT. You want to get the XNT. The Zen will be special because it will be the beginning of the history. But the focus will be on XNT. So you got to make, that's all I'm saying. There's some people trying to blind us from that with this price thing. And that's why, yeah, when the prices are dumping or whatever, it's pure entertainment. I'm thinking the same thing on Zencat. Hold on. I had to hit the homie app. Yeah, hit the homie back. But yeah, that's like my problem with or like that's like what I'm seeing in Zencat. Emoji Dracula on discount right now. Suffering from Zencat. Epic pump though, that was Jesus. That's what meme coins do though. Meme coins pump like crazy and then they reset. So don't sleep on Vampire. There's obviously people watching this. And it's number 2 in the emoji race. Before I talk about, let me shill my coin before I shill Zencat. Shout out to Owl. But yeah, still number 2 in the emoji race right next to Dog. Super duper far away from most of the other ones. So don't sleep on the fucking Vampire, bro. Get it while you can. It's on discount right now. But again, we have the 40 on the RSI. That's the best time to buy. So wait for it to dip under that 40 and then, you know, scoopity doopity. Scoopity doopity. That's literally the easiest trading thing you can get. It just sucks because when it's so far away, you're like, oh my God, I'm so damn late. I should have bought this shit in December. And it's like, yeah, man, it be like that. Hard facts, right? Like if you don't buy Zencat until it goes under this 40, you know, you actually win. So maybe just wait until people sell it off. And that's kind of why sometimes too, I'm like, man, we gotta stop cheerleading coins. Like just let that shit die. Let it die. Let the cycle die. Everybody sell. Get the fuck out of it. You know, fuck it. Kill it. Bring the cat back. That's how you run it. But it's like everyone's so emotional about Zencat. That's why that shit dumped, because nobody was gonna buy it after all that emotion. Like Zen World gets to a point where everybody cries about it, and then it just takes a dump, because that's such an easy that's such an easy way to like sidetrack everything, right? It's always right after that. But we're very real. I would also say that's how real this network is. Real time events can affect the chart. You know what I'm saying? If you join the Zen World and you plan on like daisy chaining, just expect that like real time events can change the chart. And Zencat really is a meme. It's nothing more than that. And people like memes, bro. People really like memes. They hate utility coins. Like if I had to give them an ideology, you know, story about why we're here, like they're getting put inside of a boot camp, they're gonna hate this place, right? So the Zencat is that it's the way to bridge the gap between people who don't really care but care, you know. And that's kind of why, again, emoji Dracula is right there for you, bruh. It's right there, man. They really drained the network. Whoever that is, they came in and drained us. You a science experiment. That's the scariest part of Zen, bro. Like, there's hella people that are waiting for you to move around right now, that will listening into the Crypto Bro channel to see how close you're getting, right? Every time I drop a little nugget, it allows those that think that they're ahead to think, how far ahead am I? It's like a quantum positioning thing. Yet we're all in the same position. Just some people are over there and some people are over here, right? Zen is so quantum that we are all in the same position, even though we're in different positions. And that's the thing I get. I don't think people like that about Zen. I don't think that they really enjoy that it has that effect. They didn't create that. They fucking hate that shit, right? It's like you're having a rooftop party, and then across the rooftop is an even better rooftop party, and you've worked your ass all the way up to that rooftop, and now there's a better party on the other side. And you're like, damn, that party sucks, you know? And maybe you have more money than that party. You could just hear the life at that motherfucker. You're like, damn, it sounds live over there, right? That's what I think Zen is to the crypto space right now. We're very alive, and we're just not organized yet because of the whole X1 thing, but we're kind of allowed to be like this. Right? We're like allowed. So take it in while you can. So it's because this is what I was showing earlier, or what I was trying to get at. Like in Zencat, like all these other coins, like they're just coins. Like we're headed to X1 chain. XNT is what you're trying to get, bro. Not no fucking Zen coins. Like you're trying to get Zen coins before everybody else gets them. That's the game. There ain't no other game. All right, get Zen before everyone else, which might turn into a fucking bloodbath. So fuck Zen, get XNT. So you don't have to fight for your life. But yeah, people love blood sports. So in this X1 thing, the way that this is like possible, right? They have these things called paymasters, right? And the paymaster essentially, here we'll just read this little blurb. Paymasters abstract gas by paying validator fees in the native coin on the behalf of the users. Monetization via spreads, monetization via spreads or volume-based pricing enables gasless UX. So for instance, a paymaster will have like a service. Think of it like that. Like this is the brick and mortar. Like they sell candles, and you got user A and user B that wants to buy the candle from the paymaster, right? From the candle maker. Now what they can do is they can take PayPal, right? And what this strategy is, and what makes it huge, right, is PayPal suffers from the brick and mortar problem. They're really big on the internet. So that's why I'm like, man, we fit right into product market fit. Because again, the game, or the whole reason we're here, just to reiterate it, because I'm still thinking about it, you should too. Transactions. Crypto was invented to front run whatever is supposed to be front ran to user transactions, because that's what's also on the internet. Is the bank lives inside of the internet. The bank is not something you go to, right? They're trying to put the doctor in the internet. That shit might happen soon. You might need to only physically go and see a doctor because you're fucking fucked up, you know? Like, I'm sure that the doctor's going to get even more crazy, but yeah, everything is going in the computer. So banks are going in. That's why we're here. We're here to figure out that latency, you know, to make the best UX for transactions. They can get more artistic after they solve the transaction problem, right? So PayPal is in this conversation because paymasters are going to want to have high grade payment or POS solutions, right? They usually use Square. That's usually all they got. They go to Shopify. Shopify's like, we got Square, we got Stripe. They don't really tell you that they got PayPal, right? PayPal is, again, Web 2 classic, eBay, Walmart, Target, classic shit. Like, it's not that they fell off. It's just they're stable in where they are. But brick and mortar, that is the growing internet. There's more and more people who are brick and mortar, again, from the area of like, I sell candles on fucking Facebook, right? And if they could get better fees than Square, they would instantly choose a better rail. But that better rail can only offer those better fees if they have a better network. And that's kind of why the X1 thing is serving up to be huge in crypto. Huge. Right? We're going to have that side figured out. And if it's rocking, like if that's really what Jack's mission was to set sail to this communication layer, then I think it's going to be doing pretty fucking all right. And looking at all the other stuff that exists, because we all here together, right? We're all in the same quantum space, rotating in the same zones. Maybe you're just over there, I'm just over here, right? Damn, look at P.o.P Zen is 1-0 away from flipping Ethereum. What if ETH Zen and P.o.P Zen change places? Would you feel fucking weird? Would you feel used? I totally could see it though. Again, the problem with Ethereum, I mean, there's a lot of ETH problems. If all the validators are using the same server farm, same validation code, they technically should have the same performance, right? Or am I asking a dumb question? I mean, not necessarily, because latency is a variable of randomness. Like, you don't know if any transcenders inside of what you're purchasing are fucking up, you know? That's like why the ideology is to build your own, so you can monitor all of your gates, physically, because that's the physical part of crypto, is having the server with you so you can monitor the gates. But if you're gonna cloud server, you're at the mercy of what's on the other end. But the cloud server is for reach. It's to make a distributed system to basically provide, the way I was thinking of it was like, without people paying for the cloud servers, there's no incentive for server farms to start. So it's like we need to divide the server farms into small businesses essentially now, right? Like we made Vast AI the pay farm, or the paymaster. We make in Interserver the paymaster. Now someone in Zen World could open up a data center and open up their servers to people in Zen World, and so on and so on and so on. And I think this is like the beauty of watching it happen from 0 to 1, you know. But yeah, essentially, if you are going to do a cloud server for X1, you'll be capped in general. And that's what's crazy, is we can move really fast at maximum. Everyone got this crazy cap because everyone got access to pay for the 790 or the 7950. So it is pretty interesting, this X1 approach. And you know, maybe somebody turns it off, but I doubt it, bro. Like, the network can run with 3 fucking nodes. It's just gonna run hella slow. Servers have a wide range of optimization, for real. Dumps be like, oh, a piece of candy. Oh, a piece of candy. That's fucking really funny. That's funny. What up, Damien? So I'll be burning on. So we'll be burning Zen on all chains, but only way that you can get X1. Well, that'd be the only way to get X1 in the beginning until it's like listed on like Coinbase and stuff. You can run a validator on testnet as well and get X1. Jack also said solXEN miners will get XNT airdrop, and VMPX burns get XNT as well. Yeah. He was saying that you'll be able to burn all that stuff. That's what I mean. Yeah, XNT, you just want to get that. You want to get rid of everything. Get rid of it all. Burn that shit. Burn it all. If they're going to let you burn solXEN and you kept it, burn it. If they're going to open it up so you can burn Zencat, burn it. You know, if just fucking burn it, dude. That's going to be your best move. Different servers have different specs, which will have different results. One data center may have many types of specs, RAMs, SSD, and etc. Yep, that's what I mean though. Like, oh, I already have this up. Here you can kind of see it. If you go to x1val.online, you can see here all the different types of clouds, and that's why too. You know, like we're not there yet. The wheels haven't turned into this yet, but you know, eventually I do expect people to build a business on top, and you'll see their business name here instead of like all of this. So this is a crazy critical moment in X1 because we're definitely seeing fun times. But yeah, we want to see more like AT&T service, and you know, kind of just like people setting up their own servers on their own network. But it can be challenging if you know, maybe you live in an older house. Like that's something I was thinking about. Like you live in an old house that doesn't have really good cabling inside of it. You're gonna have to recable your whole crib, right? You don't want to, like, this is like getting an electric vehicle, bro. Like, are you ready for this? Like at the house? So it does make a lot of sense to see a lot of these, you know, extras or whatever they are. Intercellers, blah, 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 blah. Group mining. But yeah, 288 total nodes, 267 validators, block of producers. Again, X1 is doing its thing. I think it's doing really well. I think all the Zens are doing really well. And I think you should, again, stay Zen and remember why we're here, man. It's as simple as that, bro. Just remember why we're here. You know, we're not trying to rebuild anything. This has all been here already. We're just trying to make it cooler than it was yesterday. Gotta go. Peace.